Alrighty. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I had a little error there. Restream is a little difficult to use sometimes. So, we got that all-time high. Let's see what we were at exactly. 66,999. It looks like the sellers had a exactly 70,000 sell or $67,000 sell order. Mr. Sacco, what's going on, Fast Eddie? Let's go, indeed. Let's go. That Bitcoin ETF hype. I just can't wait till we have like a non-futures ETF. If you guys think this is a rally, wait till there's an actual ETF where, you know, it's just like a daily settled sort of thing instead of a monthly futures. John, what's going on? Slamp, what's going on? Alamo, 66K Bitcoin in the house. Indeed. However, the volume has fallen off here pretty quick. Now, that's not to say that it could go higher, but the volume is definitely fading here very quickly. And we were at like something like 90 RSI, which is really, really high. So I'm not going to be surprised if we fall, if we do fall into the 65,000 area. That wouldn't be surprising to me at all. I mean, currently we're going down in the RSI. We were at like 90, which is just outrageously overbought territory. So I'm surprised this didn't happen yesterday. I mean, we did have a rally yesterday because of this news, but this ETF started trading, ProShares started trading on Tuesday. So there's supposedly another one going to be coming out this week. Another futures though, so it's not like a daily backed. You know, settled Bitcoin kind of deal. It's like a derivative based on the price of what people think the futures is going to be of Bitcoin. So they're not really doing Bitcoin so much. I don't even think they have Bitcoin like in custody. I'm not sure how this is exactly working. It's just because it's not really based on the price of Bitcoin, but rather what people think the price of Bitcoin is going to be. And I get that's what futures is, but I don't even know if this is actually Bitcoin backed. Cheers, Sacco. Well up. Oh yeah. Will large cap coins pump now? Maybe. I mean, they kind of already are. I mean, to some degree. I mean, within the past 24 hours, I mean, is this not a pump? Like, will large cap coins pump now? I mean, you know, do you consider 8%, 3%, 5, 9, 10%, 12% for Terra? I mean, I would argue that that's quite the pump indeed. I mean, if you mean something like, I mean, take a look at all these coins in the past. Like, I mean, even Solana here in the past, 24 hours, way up. So everything's kind of going up with it. So I'd argue it's already happening. However, there is something important to note that, like, once Bitcoin kind of reaches a high and starts to slow down, you know, people are like, okay, well, I'm going to put my money somewhere else because you're not going to make so much, right? Like, if you're going to invest right now, would you be a little bit afraid to invest right now at 66,000? Well, a lot of people are, regardless. I mean, you get what I'm saying here is that, like, am I going to put money in now, or am I going to put money into something else that I think will pump and give me 10% gains as opposed to just a couple percent with Bitcoin? So that's typically how that kind of works, like how the seasons work. And it goes in a season, but at the same time, it can be sort of a weekly thing where if Bitcoin reaches a certain amount where it's starting to go sideways and there's a bit of investors are sort of scared to put money in because, I mean, if you were to put money in here, you'd be good. But if you put money in up here, I mean, that's kind of a gamble. And look, we're going down. And this is just going to tell people, hey, like, we're going down right now. And it might only be for an hour. It might be for a day. It might be for a week. But like right now, I mean, that was some pretty impressive RSI, 90. That's pretty overbought. So of course it's going to dip a little bit. I mean, could we go up right after this? Maybe, but we'll have to see. The volume is really tapering off, and you can see that kind of happen over here as well. Like maybe not as clear as it was right here, but if you go all the way over here, you can see starting to pump, and the volume started to increase. Not quite as clear as this one with just an up and then a down, but you can see as it started to kind of die off. But today there was just this huge buy-in, so it's hard to say what's going to happen next. But in terms of altcoins, I mean, just take a look at the 24-hour. I mean, disregard this 1 hour because this is going to change so rapido that it doesn't really matter most of the time. But past 24 hours and even the past 7 days, I mean, everything's up 20. Like Polkadot 26%, Solana up 13% in the week, Binance Coin up 14. So it's kind of happening. It's going with it. Are we going to have a true altcoin rally? That depends. That's sort of a really situational thing. 70K today, hopefully. We clearly had if you go to this one right here, this candle, the high of $66,999 exactly. So, and this is Coinbase. So, I mean, it could have reached slightly higher on a different exchange or something like that. But there was clearly a big sell order at 67,000 that prevented that from going up. So, a little bit of resistance there at 67,000 exactly, which is not surprising because the psychological people love psychological even amounts. Like Bitcoin will have trouble getting over $1,000 and 2,000 and 3,000 and 4. And like people love those psychological even amounts. Like if you think you're the only one putting a sell order at $67,000 exactly, then you'd be wrong. You know what I mean? So that's why I always put my sell orders. If I'm going to sell something, I'll put it a couple dollars less than like say 67,000 exactly. Don't sell at 67,000. If you want to sell at $66,992 or $996, something like that. And you're going to get, because if you had it at 70,000, you might have had a limit order and it might have ate a little bit of it up, but it clearly didn't, take your entire limit order at 67,000 because it didn't reach it. So, always short sell just a little bit, just a tiny little bit, and that way you're going to get your Bitcoin sold and we'll be able to buy back in, below that. Also, that makes for great day trading opportunities is like when it reaches a psychological even like that, you just, sell a little bit before and you know that it's going to go to 67,000 and then sort of dip because people don't want to keep buying above that because it's a psychological barrier again. And so it's going to go down $100 and you're going to buy back in and then it's going to go back up through it. So, hey, Gene, what's up? Volvo, what's going on? Andre, Mr. Sacco needs a Kaiser Franz Yosef style mustache now that Bitcoin is at 60,000. Do I really? It's getting bigger. You guys can see how it's getting bigger. Look at this. That ain't a joke. It's 67,000. Look how, but like at 100,000, this thing is just going to be, it's going to be unkempt. It's going to be nuts. I'm going to actually have to start like just growing out the sides. You know what I mean? Just not even shaving. Screw it. Um, 67K satchel, 70K today. Hopefully, do you think I'll do a 17 move? Mr. Sacco, Karen, what's going on? Yeah. Thoughts about the new ETF waves coming. So, yeah, sure. So I have a little bit of a fear, just a little bit of a fear. All right. Okay, so let me show you guys what happened the first time Bitcoin futures came out. We all know this, but let me just show you it visually. We'll go to the max. Go to do you want to work for me? See, it's making me look bad live. It's just like, let's screw with this guy. December 17th. CME futures came out on the 17th of December. It might have been the 18th. I think it was the 17th though. And look at this. Whee! So CME futures and CBOE futures came out right there at the top. All right. I also did a video after that showing that CME futures and CBOE futures, like, every time they pick up a new asset, every time. So I showed Bitcoin, I showed gold, I think it was uranium and platinum, something like that. They had like 4 different commodities. And the first day that they picked up those for futures trading, speculation rather, they dumped every single asset, including Bitcoin. So, you know, just remember with these Bitcoin ETFs, they're futures ETFs, okay? So they're tracking what they think the price is going to be. And if a bunch of people short it and then a bunch of people sell Bitcoin, we're going to go down. All right? So just remember that with a futures ETF, people can short it too. It's not like it's just going to pump the price. However, with a regular ETF, with buying and selling Bitcoin back and forth multiple times a day, the kind of people that are going to buy Bitcoin from an ETF likely do not already have Bitcoin, right? If you get what I'm saying there, like who has Bitcoin already that they're waiting to sell on an ETF? Well, if you have Bitcoin already, you likely have a Coinbase account, some kind of custodial service or something, right? And you're going to be able to sell it whenever you want. But if you have to use an ETF, it's almost certain that you didn't have Bitcoin in the first place. So there's no selling of Bitcoin when a true Bitcoin ETF comes out. Right now we kind of have a meh kind of ETF where it's just futures. I think it's still cash backed. I don't even think that they have Bitcoin. So just remember, go into this with a little bit of skepticism that this could be a buy the rumor, sell the news type thing, and that people can easily just start shorting. And these are monthly contracts. So this month could be great. And then people could be like, you know what, Bitcoin didn't perform as well as I thought. I'm going to short it now. And then November, we could have a massive shorting. All right. So, you know, this is not guaranteed that we're just going to go up and shoot through the roof. Now, with a regular ETF, I would argue that it's much more likely that Bitcoin is going to shoot through the roof. Again, as I just repeat, like I'll repeat again, that the kind of people who need to use an ETF to buy Bitcoin do not already have Bitcoin to sell Bitcoin. So there's just going to be a lot of buying as opposed to selling. Much more statistically, you know. But with the futures, there's the possibility that we get shorted something fierce like CME did. Now, CME was cash backed, right? So it does not affect the price of Bitcoin. They just it's sort of like a horse bet. You don't own the horse. You just went to the track and you're betting on the horse, right? You don't own the horse. You're just going to bet cash and you're going to get cash if you win. You don't get a horse, right? That's what CME futures is since 2017. So you might argue to yourself, well, how did Bitcoin crash if CME futures is cash backed and it really doesn't have any Bitcoin to sell in the first place? Because a lot of people already had Bitcoin. So then you go to CME futures and you go, I would like to short Bitcoin, please. And then you go out and you sell a shitload of Bitcoin so that it dumps the price. So not only did you get a bunch of money for your Bitcoin because it was at an all-time high of 19-some thousand dollars, you're also getting your bet money, which effectively that's what it is just bet money. And you just made out like a bandit. And that can be done because the kind of exchanges that CME goes off of, if they use this exchange and this price and that ticker, and you make those go down somehow by selling a shitload, your short is successfully, you know, that it was probably a lot of other reasons too, but it was quite convenient that it was right on the same day that they came out. However, it was looking like back then Bitcoin was looking like it rose way too quickly. And so it was kind of natural to short it. Your vids on trading back in the day got me into trading. You should do more. Mr. Sucker, are you selling your crypto holdings? I buy and sell. I have holdings, but I also have sold crypto and cashed it out for fiat as well. I mean, to be quite frank, there are some things that you can't pay with crypto, you know, so, you know, you can't go to the motorcycle dealer and buy a 2020 R1 with Bitcoin. It killed it for a while. Yeah, it sure did. If I watch this damn Coinbase ad all the way through to Sako get a shekel or two, yes. A shekel, I don't know about that. It's based on like it's a CPM. The ads are a CPM measurement, so it's basically like clicks per 1,000. So if you click on one of those ads or you watch the ads the whole way through, I get more for that. Some of those ads that, like, you know, are like, let's say an ad is 45 seconds long, like a really long one. If you watch like 30 seconds of it, I get more. I honestly think a lot of YouTubers do not understand, including myself, do not entirely understand the advertising income. Your CPM goes up and down. If I get a lot of views over the course of a month, my CPM will keep going up and I'll get more. Also, like crypto ads, since I run a financial channel, the ads are worth far more. So for example, I have a video, it's got about 125,000 views, something like that. And it's a gaming video. And if you go look at the all-time high of the analytics of it, of like the income, that video made such and such. And then if you click on a video in my analytics, like say my Bitcoin trading video, like one of my highest videos, it's like 110 or 120,000 views, something like that. It's like it earned me like 4 or 5 times more than that other video. So like gaming ads, like if you run a gaming channel, you'll get gaming ads and they're worth virtually nothing. You get like 4 or 5 times the money for being a financial channel. Like if you have a YouTube channel and you talk about mortgages all the time or something like that, like home loans, mortgages, investing, the ads will be more expensive. I remember that video with all the comparisons. In order to drive the price upwards, Bitcoin needs a new position anticipation story now that the futures are out. Yeah, we need a real ETF is what we need. You were calling it. You were telling everyone this is not good. This is so bad. That I was telling everyone that ETFs could be bad. Oh, hey, I'm just like, look. I mean, the price is way up, right? But this is for sure hype, right? Because the futures haven't even settled yet. It's not even the first month. So next month there could be more longing, or there could be more shorting. It's a futures ETF, so it's monthly. It's monthly schedules. So right now, yeah, the hype is going to raise the price. But all I'm saying is just be cautious about it, because I mean, you with futures you can long and you can short. It's not guaranteed that everybody's going to be longing. It's just not. So this is good. This is a good move in the right direction for like the SEC of the United States. Because they might see that this is a success and they might start approving better ETFs, like a daily settled, actual physical Bitcoin-backed ETF. There is a spot ETF on the table. It's just taken a while for the SEC to approve it. Yeah, so we need like a spot ETF. Yeah, they're probably just still accumulating. That's all. So, right. We have a couple other ETFs. Like we have one other ETF that's supposedly coming out this week. They said like Wednesday or Thursday it would begin trading. I did look at the news before I went live and I didn't see anything about that. But yesterday in the news, in my video, I did talk about that there was another one or maybe 2 that were supposedly coming out within this week or like next week or something like that, but they're also the same thing. They're both just futures ETFs, so it's really no different than ProShares. To be totally honest, this is no different. This isn't that much different than Grayscale. Grayscale I call an ETF in like sheep's clothing. It's basically a wolf in sheep's wool, you know. It's basically an ETF in disguise. Like, they have a derivative, which you buy the derivative. It's Bitcoin backed, but it's you buy their derivative instead. That way you're not directly buying Bitcoin. Instead, you're buying this derivative, which allows them to do what they do. And that's why with Grayscale, you buy GBTC instead of Bitcoin, but they do have to buy Bitcoin to make an equivalent amount of shares of GBTC. However, GBTC right now is going down the shitter with this ETF. So is it good that the SEC is opening doors? Exactly, yeah. So this will help them open doors to it. Yeah, back in 2017, everyone was hyped for the CTF. You said, no, this is going to kill the price run. You called the top. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, like I said, man, I mean, you can short, right? Everyone's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be Bitcoin futures. This is going to be great. And it's like, well, I mean, it could be. But don't like, I remember back then, and I remember saying something along the lines of, like, of what I'm saying now, is that, like, yeah, it could be. But, like, these are institutional investors. They simply don't have your best interest in mind. They don't have the best interest of Bitcoin in mind. They're here to make money. And if shorting is going to make them more money, they're going to do it. Right? These people don't give a fuck about you. These people don't care about you, okay? It's just everyone is just thinking about the price appreciation. And my two fears with ETFs are look, I'm excited about ETFs, but I do have two rational, pragmatic, realistic fears about ETFs. The first one is that they could short it. They could massively short Bitcoin and dump the price, and we're going to have to start all over again. It might be a great buying opportunity for all of us, but it could happen, right? Just as easily as they could long it. Two, my other fear about it is that they're going to tame the price of Bitcoin like stocks. All right, now go take a look at Apple stock, Google stock, some of the big stocks. Do they move a lot? Not really. I mean, Tesla kind of did because they did that like halving share thing and yada yada. But right, the stocks don't move that much. So if you're sitting there day trading Apple stock, you're lucky to get a couple of cents price movement before you sell. Whereas Bitcoin, you can sit here all day. If you want to day trade, if you want to swing trade, you can sit here all day and have a blast. Look at this. I mean, I could have sold up here, bought here, sold here. You know what I mean? You can do that if you want, because the price goes up $1,000, then down, then up, then down, then sideways, then up, down, right? And that's the fun of Bitcoin. That really is. It makes for a great trading experience. It's fun, plain and simple. And as long as you're hodling and DCA investing, you don't have to worry about the price going down a little bit. You know, you shouldn't. Otherwise, you're not really investing properly. You're not having the long-term patience that you should have as an investor. If you're not DCA investing and you're shitting your pants because Bitcoin went down $20,000, well, guess what? Buy more, average down. That's the fun in it. And if they make it go sideways and take years for it to go up in price, you know, and with enough money in volume, that can happen. With enough volume and liquidity, that can happen. That the regular person and even a single whale will never be able to move it. Do you like the Ichimoku indicator? Yeah, I have it on. Meep, thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Absolutely subscribed. Tier 1 out of his mind. Thanks, Meep. Hey, guys, Meep from Meep Investments on Twitch. Germany's largest cryptocurrency investment firm and the largest German investment firm in any German-speaking country, apart from Austria. And stay tuned for Meep Law Firm coming soon to Peru. Meep Investments, ain't a joke. This means nothing. BTC is manipulated. You think the people who create monetary policy, not money, but what money means, do you think they'll allow a crypto market crash right before they introduce their CBDCs? It's kind of a good thought. Yeah, I mean, they are looking to create those CBDCs. That will be a thing, whether it's a year from now or a month or 10 years, for sure, CBDCs are going to be a thing. And CBDCs, I've been talking about those since like 2017, man. And those are the absolute devil. That's going to be bad. That's dystopia written all over it. Excuse me. CBDCs, I fear CBDCs. They make me nervous. Because, I mean, you know, if you get rid of fiat money and you get rid of paper money, you would never be able to do anything without getting taxed. Nothing. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do nothing. I mean, because like right now, I mean, you can have just money, take it out of an ATM, go buy something, do something, you know what I mean? Don't have to worry about getting taxed for it, you know, necessarily. I mean, you know, taxes are inevitable in one way or another, but with a CBDC, hell, I mean, you could go on a local website and buy a $50 lawnmower from somebody, you know what I mean? Like just some object, you know, and you're going to have to swipe a card. You're going to have to transfer your, you know, central bank digital currency, and that's going to be taxed. You know, the person who received that $50 for that lawnmower is getting taxed when they could have just, here, I'll give you $50. Thanks for the lawnmower. I'm going home. Enjoy your $50. I'm going to enjoy my lawnmower. You know what I mean? Like that's a great thing. Is just to here's some money. Thanks for your service, and that's it. But with the CBDC, yeah, you'd never be able to get away with anything. I mean, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because without paper money, which I think is going to take a long time to go away. Don't get me wrong. Like if a CBDC came out like next year, I mean, there's still going to be paper money. I mean, there'll be, you know, that's going to be hard to get rid of. Mrs. Sotko in the chat. To the moon. Yeah. They'll let us adopt crypto and make some gains. Then be like, here's a CBDC. It's crypto. It's blockchain. Use buzzwords to get sucked in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it'll be like the Democrats that do it too. Like, this will be good for, like, low-income individuals. They'll make up some excuse that it'll be great for, like, low-income individuals or something, like the Democratic Party. For sure. Like, they'll sell it somehow, right? Like if you have your CBDC account, we'll send you $100 in CBDC every month, you know, to help support, right? It'll be some Democrat thing, and everyone will be like, oh, wow, that's great. And then they realize that they can't buy nothing with it without being taxed and get wrecked. I think if CBDCs are playing, then they'll need the dupes to actually accept crypto before they roll it out. Otherwise, they won't be so quick to adopt it. Yeah. Late to the party? Endless parts? Not too late. Just checking out these incredible gains today. Kind of having a dip. This makes total sense. This little dip right here. I mean, look, the RSI reached 90, so it just makes total sense that it was going to dip. So it's a matter of, I mean, the volume is kind of fallen off here. So we had like a big, I don't know if this is a big whale purchase or what, but some kind of news came out today, and I don't understand why we have this rally today, because the news of, you know, the trading of the futures exchange began on Tuesday, and then you wake up today and it's just poof, it explodes. So maybe some people didn't get the message yesterday. Yeah, stimmy checks and UBI will come on CBDC cards. Yeah, like you'll have to have a phone, you know, or something like that. And then when you go to, like, do anything, you know, you're just going to get taxed for it. People will start bartering with different things. ETH exploding too. We had what's high on there? 4112 for ETH. Also exploded through the roof in the RSI too. Volume coming down a little bit, so we'll have to see. But old Cloud says it's gonna be bullish afterwards, but we'll have to see. Sometimes the cloud is wrong. Sotko coin, the real deal. Yep, Sotko coin. Got some Mona I can barter with. Some Mona coin. And the other person's like, I don't have a Mona coin wallet. You're like, oh, shit. Well, that makes things difficult. Let's see. Anything Reddit's got. So 70,000 today, I kind of don't think so. I think we're going to dip a little bit here, and maybe if like another of those ETFs starts trading this week, we might hit 70. We'll have to see. I hope we do, but I mean, we are tapering off a little bit here in terms of the volume, but that doesn't necessarily mean it couldn't snap back up, but we'll see. BTC just broke its all-time high. To all the people hodled during these difficult months, you're all legends. 4KF, good to see you again. It is good to see you again. Meep, how's it going, man? You doing some business filing and for your Peruvian lawyers? There is light. Yeah, dude, we get closer to Dyna Online Countdown, man. Maybe Dyna Online Countdown is correct. I mean, we should have believed all along. We should be believing. Maybe that's what Dyna Online Countdown wants. It just wants our faith. Got Vert, Light, NXT. Take your pick. 2017 new bags. Well, Vert, not bad. I mean, like, I think wasn't it like March, like Vertcoin like really exploded in price and then came back down. So you just gotta wait for it to like blow up and then dump your bags. 28 days or so left on Dyna Online Countdown. Oh man, I can't believe how many coins are on Coinbase. In January 2020 there was like 23ish. Now they have almost 100. Yeah, they are coming out with them really fast now. Like before it was a really slow process, and now every time I look at my email they say they have like 2 new coins up. Hey everyone, YouTube Gmail didn't send me the notification that you're alive. What did I miss? You missed so much, Christian. Oh man, you missed becoming a member of the channel too. Was that a good one, guys? I thought it was kind of slick. I don't know. I'll work on it. I'll work on it a little bit. I'm popular. If this sub is shilling a coin and is super excited about it, has awesome tech, superb adoption, overwhelming community support, don't buy it. Okay. Record price is 64,000. What is that, like 20 hours ago? Yeah, 19 hours ago. No, it was good. Thanks. One person supporting me. It was good. Chinese e-commerce giant JD drops NFT series. Don't care. Grayscale parent company expands GBTC purchase allocation to $1 billion. But nobody's going to buy $1 billion of it because now we got like futures ETFs and stuff. It's now authorized to buy $1 billion worth of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC. Well, that's great, but I mean, is anybody going to buy $1 billion of it at a time? I don't know about that. I mean, like Grayscale is just kind of going downhill fast with all these ETF approvals. They're like a 20% discount or something like that under the price of Bitcoin. Ethereum nears its own all-time high, 4K. Oh man, like some of these are already outdated. That's how fast crypto moves. Chicken wing coin up today. Well, that's good because everybody needs some chicken wing coin. On Coinbase app, they pay you to take a few quizzes. Made like $35 in 5 minutes. Yeah, yeah, there's like there's a bunch of them. I mean, you used to be able to make a lot on the Coinbase quizzes, Coinbase Earn, because some of them had shell links. So it'd be like, oh, you do like 5 questions and you make $10. But then at the end of it, it would be like you can invite 4 people to make another $40 for like a total of $50 on like Stellar or something. So back like a year or two ago, they had like shill links for the Coinbase Earn, and I'd put those on my channel, and people would snag them up, because not everybody gets the opportunity to do those. So they always send them to me, and so I'd put them on Coinbase. I'd make like $50 per earn, which is, I mean, hey, like, it's not a lot, but like, I mean, it's pretty nice. You think Coinbase will yield farm? I mean, don't they kind of already? Sucko, you can check 2 cryptos and share thoughts. Lossless and Constellation. Lossless? Haven't heard of this one. Oh, man. What? Holy crap. Oh, man. I wish I was in on them gains. Wow. 16, 17 cents. 2 days later, it's $2.60. What happened? Lossless hack mitigation tool for token creators. Lossless protocol freezes fraudulent transaction based on set of fraud identification parameters and returns stolen funds back to the owner's account. What? First DeFi hack mitigation tool for token creators. Our code detects fraud, freezes, and reverses stolen funds. In form of hack. Decide if actual hack. I just like how that's worded, that's all. Decide if actual hack. Danger, danger, decide if actual hack. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to like look into it a lot more to see exactly how it works, but I mean, that's interesting, right? I mean, like getting your money back from a hack, like that's always a good thing. Like I don't Constellation. Yeah, we've I've looked Constellation up before. Let's see. We had our big run in August. Now way down again. This is yeah, we've looked up DAG like a number of times. This looks like an alright coin, but the problem is just, I mean, it's going down right now. Is it going to come back? Maybe. It's hard. That one's hard to say. I don't know about that one, but I kind of like the lossless one, especially them gains. Woo. What do you think about milk and butter tokens? I made a video about milk and butter token. But kind of going downhill, eh? Had a rise there, and now just kind of fallen. Same thing with milk, I'm assuming. I mean, if you had got on this when it first came out and sold immediately, then it wouldn't have been so bad. But now, yeah, it's just kind of a consistent drop in price. But I made a video on milk and butter token. If you go back on my channel a little bit. Suck, I hope you're doing well. Might you have any info on the Flare Spark token drop? That sure did drop off the map. Yeah, I have no idea. Then there was going to be a Litecoin Spark drop for Litecoin holders, and I put that information in a video, and I said, hey, like when I figure out when the Litecoin drop is going to happen, I'll make a video on it and I'll let you guys know. And I've heard literally nothing about Spark. So Spark, yeah, fell way off the radar. I have no idea what happened to that. That's a good question. Screw milk and butter. I disagree with you there, homie. I bought it when you first made your video. Bet it's on BSC. What, milk and butter? Yeah, I think so. I mean, pretty much anything that's an ERC can be on the failed to sell. It's one pump. I blame you. Are you churning the milk? Are you staking the milk into butter? So if you're still just holding on to it, are you still, I mean, are you churning? mean, might as well, I suppose. I mean, it might have a rally. Like, I mean, I doubt it's going to rally all the way back here, but it might have a rally enough to dump. Because butter's the more expensive one. So if you're just churning into butter, then it's not so bad. That's the one that actually has kind of like some bumps and ups. Not enough volume to make the butter churn. Yeah, but it only takes doesn't it only take like a minimum of a couple 100,000 milk or something like that to churn? I forget. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Like I said, it was nice when it first came out, but that's pretty typical of a coin. I mean, that's why you was sick when the volume is high. Yeah, it's kind of, like the reflection tokens, If only you had changed your milk into butter, facepalm, Meep says. Yeah, exactly, right? But I mean, that's basically like the BSC, that's basically like the BSC, reflection tokens. Like if you buy one of those, like you have to get in as early as possible. If you're not in like right away, it's just, don't even bother. But if you get in on the first day, then just wait for the pump and then get out. Like, and you get a little bit of, you get all the volume, because once the volume goes down, then they're just pointless. So you want to get in on the first day, wait for everybody to get in over the next week, and like get all your reflections, like all the volume, and then get out. I mean, that's basically, they're really not long term. Razvan bro, hey cutie pie, yo, what's going on? I tried to do like a cool, I don't know, gang sign or something in response to the cutie pie. Why Arcs Kathy Wood isn't buying into the Bitcoin futures ETF? Coinbase, but ARK isn't buying the newly launched, not yet at least. ProShare Bitcoin strategy began trading Tuesday, racked up nearly $1 billion in activity by the end of the first business day, including $280 million worth within the first half an hour of trading. Bitcoin ETF, that's institutional retail investors gain exposure. Well, why shouldn't buy? Asked ARK if invested in ProShare's Bitcoin ETF. Says, no, we did not. One of the reasons is we're looking at this very carefully. She added that there are some tax ramifications we'd like to understand more, having to do with contango versus more normal backwardation. Right. Person on futures curve. Okay, so just not yet. Great article. Just not yet. Not yet. You could have made that article like, you could have made that article about this long. It says, we asked Kathy Wood why she isn't buying into Bitcoin ETF, or if she is, and she says, no, not yet. There are some tax ramifications, and like that was the article. That should have been the article. Literally didn't say anything. Van Eck to launch Bitcoin ETF futures next week. See, like all these first ETFs, man, are just Bitcoin futures ETFs. New Bitcoin exchange ETF set to start trading on Wall Street next week. The exchange will go live on the New York Stock Exchange after October 23rd. What are we looking at there? Okay, so that's going to be on the Saturday though, but so starting like the 25th. All right. So we got another one next week at least. Another ETF. What about blow up coin? Any thoughts there? God. Oh God. Blow up coin. Up 381%. So it's blowing up. Let's see what we got. But now, whoa, that's some strange volume. Very weird. Blow up here is to blow you up. Blow up is the first rebase token to include USDT as rewards. Hold blow up and receive tether directly to your, it's a reflection token. Yeah, this is exactly what I was just talking about. This is a reflection token. So basically all you do is hold blow up in your wallet and you receive USDT rewards, and they'll tax all of your transactions in order to give those transactions out. But when the volume is low, these coins usually only give the volume out when it's reached a certain amount. So yeah, so a percentage of each tax goes 5% to that, 5% to marketing. I should get a hold of them, get some free money, be like, oh yeah, guys, you know, blow up coin. 5% locked liquidity, 2% for the development. Yeah, so you hold this, you get like 5% USDT rewards. Yep. See, these are the kind of ones you want to get on the first day. You want to get on these way back here. And then you want to sell over here when the volume's high. Or when the price is high. Nah, I wouldn't say they're yeah, I mean kinda, DJ, a little bit. I wouldn't call it exactly. It's designed and hey, Fast Eddie, are the rumors true that BTC pumped today because you have recently raised your BTC fees for mustache rides? We don't actually talk about that, Fast Eddie. You can private message me for BTC mustache rides, okay? I don't like that to get out there. I'm a little bit of a whore, but you got to do what you got to do to support your family, okay, Fast Eddie? But look how much bigger it's getting. Man, the price of Bitcoin, if the price goes down to 40,000, I'm going to have to trim. It's starting to get a little wild. It senses, like I can tell, like I wake up in the morning and it's just digging into my pillow like it's a creature, and I'm like, what's going on? And it's so much larger, and I'm like, oh, Bitcoin. And I take a look and I'm like, yeah, it's at 66,000. Anyway, but blow up, yeah, so it's a reflection token. I mean, kind of a Ponzi. They kind of are a little bit. It's basically like you buy it, and when you buy it and transfer it, there's big taxes on it, and all of that volume gets pooled, and then all those taxes get pooled, and then they go out to your wallet. So you can have a MetaMask, and you'll just automatically be receiving USDT by holding on to these coins. But again, these coins come out one after another, one after another, one after another. So there's nothing special about each one of them, and that's the problem, is that you're just going to buy this and then sell it and then buy another one and then sell it and buy another one. There's no reason to hold this long term. I mean, to get your USDT, but like basically every hour or so these are given out, like the USDT. So as long as you hold it till the price is like in an all-time high and then you sell it, that's a better bet. Because if you bought down here and then sold up here, that's great. But another problem is that they don't have a lot of volume. So once the volume actually does go down, you won't be able to sell it. You'll have to do like a 20% slippage in order to get rid of this. You'll end up losing money. So you have to get on them right away. Like, you have to basically scour Telegram and find one that's coming out in a couple days and then be ready for it. Like, the moment that the sale goes live, then buy it, then wait a couple days, then sell it. But if you get on it like right here, that's very risky. I mean, that's a bold risk, because once these come down, they don't come back up. Yeah, and oftentimes, like, selling the token, yeah, when you buy the token, there's a fee because it goes across the blockchain, right? Because if you buy it with your MetaMask, so it has to send it to your MetaMask. So there's a transaction, there's a fee. So you're not going to get exactly how much you want. Like, if you bought exactly $100 worth of it, you're not going to get that. It's going to be lower than that. Not only Ethereum fees to go across the network or Binance fees, but just the fact that it was a transaction in the first place. So there's the first tax. Then when you go to sell it, there will be another tax. And oftentimes with these tokens, there's a higher tax on selling it. I don't think it was on this one. But exactly. So it's all those people transferring it and buying it and selling it are giving you USDT. So if there's a lot of volume on them, they're actually very lucrative. But the problem is there's not going to be for a long time because as soon as the volume goes up, everybody starts to sell, and then there's no reason to buy back into the token, and because there's 6 new ones already out. So people just move on to the next one. You have to be first, like he's saying, or it's all over. Yeah, these things come and go. Yeah, because there's too many of them. Because all you have to do is just find the code to this, and then you can just alter it and make a different name and make a different logo for it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Because so there's just so many coming out. Is that when you buy into one, after a few days, you just sell it and you buy into another one. There's no, if you hold on to it long term, and the volume goes way down, that means the liquidity is way down. So when you go to sell it on MetaMask, you're going to have to put in like a custom like 20% slippage in order to get rid of it. So you're going to lose a lot. Punitive action taken upon those trying to jump ship before it hits zero. Devs, copy and paste. Yeah, it's just basically copy and paste and then just make your own logo. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's up 381% in a day. Something like that. So, or whatever, you know, but buying in now is basically like monetary suicide. Probably, anyway. So we got the VanEck ETF coming next week. So there's a lot of hype on the horizon for Bitcoin. ETH emission rate right now is we got 2.1, something like that. So ETH usage is not that high. I mean, the gas is fairly medium. But it must have had time to adjust because block utilization is only like 50. So yeah, ETH usage is not that high right now. Interesting. With all of the prices kind of really high, that's kind of surprising. ETH 4,071. Now we're gonna go a little sideways, it looks like. Anyway, so yeah, we got the VanEck next week. Bitcoin's preferred inflation hedge over gold. Ethereum claims 4,000. Bitcoin a new all-time high amid futures trading. Bitcoin's theory, the working theory is that Bitcoin's price rose mainly due to the prospects of the SEC permitting a Bitcoin futures ETF proposal for the first time. However, the price stalled over the weekend. Then after it became clear that ProShares is going to be allowed, now that ProShares is officially on the market doing BOFO business. With other Bitcoin futures ETFs on the way, the price has been back up. CME futures, blah, blah, blah. Screw CME futures. All right. That we know. China pushes McDonald's to expand digital yuan scheme before Olympics. That's weird. Short seller research firm offers $1 million bounty to uncover Tether's true backing. Give me my $1 million. It's just there is no true backing. I discovered it. Congratulations to me. Congratulations. Bitcoin lender Celsius denies receiving cease and desist order from New York AG. God, the New York Attorney General's office, man, they are always fucking anybody. It's constantly ceasing and desisting anybody around them. Oh, man. They just can't stop. They love it. Thank you, though, Fast Eddie, for that $10 super holla. I appreciate you, my friend. Would it make sense to invest only in coins with limited supply? If the hype continues, those coins should be getting massive gains. With that said, you know, if you only invest in coins with a limited supply, then, that would mean that you don't buy Monero. And that would mean that you don't buy Ethereum, and I think both of those are great coins. Although Monero hasn't done nearly as well, for a good long time now. I mean, it's up 3% today. But Monero does not have a limited supply. And that's a good coin. Ethereum does not have a limited supply, and that's a good coin. What I would do, man, is if you want, like, so the big gains, the big massive gains are always in some meme coin, right? That you can never really find. That, you know, the idea is that it's such a, like Lucky Pig. It's up 108%. Biggest gainers. Kishimoto Inu, it's up 668%. How would you know to have bought that or to already have that? You know what I mean? Like the biggest gainers, like let's go, that's at number 2743 coin. It's up 672%. Like how would you have known to have bought this? You know, like it's ridiculous to do that. So really the top like 20 or 30 so coins, maybe up topwards of 50, are pretty good bets in general. Overall, you know, get yourself a bunch of Bitcoin, get yourself a bunch of Ethereum. ADA is probably a good bet. Honestly, I don't like XRP, but XRP is probably a good bet. When the SEC lawsuit blows over for them, there'll be like 30 exchanges that relist or unsuspend XRP. That'll be huge. That'll be a big day for XRP. Solana's not a bad bet. Polkadot's never a bad bet. It always just shoots up in price a bunch. Doge, meh, I guess that's up to you. But Uniswap is never a bad idea. Honestly, Binance Coin isn't a bad idea either. If you're talking about long-term holding, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, XRP, Solana, Polkadot. Doge is a gamble. That's on you. Uniswap. Litecoin, yeah, a little bit. Chainlink, Algo's not a bad bet. Stellar's okay. That's kind of a gamble. I don't even think the people who make Stellar knows what Stellar does. Internet Computer, no. vechain, it's probably a good bet. Filecoin's not a bad bet, right? So, you know, if you want to take a gamble, you buy Kishimoto Inu. But how would you have never known to buy that? So, like, if you want like a solid portfolio, you definitely don't want to buy those shitters. I mean, one of them might go up 700%, right? And you'd be like, "Oh, Mr. Sacco, you told me not to buy this, and it went up 700%," right? But I mean, how, like, blow up, like, is up 316%, but not for long. I mean, that's gone. That's gone, and I mean, by tomorrow, that's totally gone. So, if you get the opportunity to sell a coin like that, great, good for you. But if you want a long-term portfolio, if you want an actually good long-term patient portfolio, basically the coins that I suggested are probably the best. But again, you know, in a couple years from now, it might be a different story. It's hard to say. I mean, if we all knew what to buy, then, you know. But Ethereum is not, you know, it is not a limited supply coin, but I still say that Ethereum is easily the best cryptocurrency. I mean, its fees right now totally suck, don't get me wrong, but I mean, most tokens, most contracts, most everything is built on Ethereum. Storage token is my best. VB been teaching people last 24 hours. What else you guys got? Any other what is Kishimoto in? Let's check this out. We got to see what this is. Our stealth launch will be on October 18th. See, this is what you want to do. This is really what you want to do. You want a good gamble, ladies and gentlemen. You got to find a coin like this where it says it's going to be launching on October 18th, which unfortunately was 2 days ago, at between 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to get it then. Look, it was like it wouldn't have, I mean, it's up so much and it's all-time high. Like, it was so low that selling it now, I mean, 7 times your gains, basically. 7 or 8 times, you know, your money. But you need to find out when it's going to launch. Then you buy it. 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Our vision is to be a medium for anime transactions, meaning that our holding our tokens, you will gain access to unique benefits. So basically, it doesn't have a function. Basically, like, it's just like, yeah, anime transactions. Like, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? That's not a thing. Is this a reflection token? Immediately after launch, there will be multiple YouTube videos. They didn't get a hold of me. Fuck's my Kishimoto. Should we contact them? I think we should. Yeah, I'm upset. Let's tweet them. Let's tweet them. Let's hit them, boys. What's going on here, Kishimoto? Oh man, you know what? Screw it. I don't need them. I don't need them. Let me see just a second here. Hey guys, if you got Twitter, head on over to this Twitter status. I have there in the link. In the chat. And click like for me. Click that heart button. Since I'm live. And anybody that likes that Twitter status that I am not currently following on Twitter, I will follow you. Green energy coin, huh? Up 252%. Let's see. The reward of LP liquidity mining with GEC will be much higher than that of other LPs. Oh, is this another reflection token? Kinda sounds like it. Been on Arbitrum since day 3. I'm getting the tingles. 66k BTC based dev has returned. It's all coming together. Radium is supposedly a good place for Solana IDOs, but I've had 500 Ray for over 2 months and haven't been able to purchase a single IDO or pre-sale. It's a less scammy ecosystem for now. Yeah, those IDOs where you got to hold on to the coin, kind of like Polka Starter. Carbon neutral ecosystem. Whoa. Oh, you know? Binance Visa. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Is that a thing? Yeah, reflection token. When somebody buys CBC, the tax per transaction is 4%. 4 goes to USDT reward pool. Yeah, so you get USDT for it. Okay. Yeah, see these reflection tokens, they explode something huge. Zoo token, I'm sure this is a reflection token as well. Let's see. We don't even need to look at the description. We can just go right to the website and you can tell. Oh, yeah, probably. Let's see what the percentage is. 2% redistribution to holders. Yep. Look at that, boys. Whoa, how'd I guess that? Whoa. Whoa, Ice Slush Finance. Let me guess. It's a reflection token. Has nothing to do with DeFi or anything. That's my bet. Oh, we might actually have a slight DeFi here. Zero Slush. Okay, we actually have earn slush and pools. Earns up to 100,000% APR in farms. Okay, we'll click out of that one. So yeah, basically same thing. Let's see, solve up 220% today. Give me the website. Solve.care, blockchain platform for digital health networks. Clients we serve. I don't like your website. I don't like it. No, sir. I don't like it. Bid up. Oh, man. 202%? Oh, boy. What did Bid up do now? Introducing BidUp, the first automatic rebasing token that's programmed to keep the chart constantly in an uptrend. It also provides BTC rewards to holders. Tokenomics, oh man, 6% marketing and buyback. 1% ecosystem, 3% liquidity, 5% BTC rewards. This tax ensures there's a sufficient amount to funds to sustain the coin in the long run. How to buy. I could make a better how to buy video, but I'm going to take your thumbnail. All right? And I'm going to make a better one. But click on your MetaMask. Put this in. Buy. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's see, what's the biggest loser today? Top loser is Yo Rocket. Down by 92%. Fuck. What? Somebody sold it all. Bye-bye, Yo Rocket. Let me guess. The other side of the reflection tokens. Mega prizes and mega returns. Yo Rocket. Insane giveaways and incredible gains. Incredible losses. WTF is Yo Rocket? Well, it's a future top loser. That's what it is. Celebrity endorsement deals. Company endorsement deals. Oh man, these guys are just bullshitting everybody. There's no way. Buy taxes will be set to 1% for 1 hour every day, enticing new investors in and rewarding buyers. Ah, man. Who is promoting Yo Rocket? We've got a range of influencers promoting Yo Rocket. You can find the majority of our promotion on our Instagram. No, actually, I won't be doing that. Thank you. What does Instagram have to do with this? Who is behind Yo Rocket? Our team's fully doxxed for that 92% losses. A wide range of influencers, celebrity endorsements, financing, percent signs, escrow, company endorse. Oh, no wonder why this just celebrity endorse. Who? What celebrity? What are you talking about? Which one? You mean like crypto YouTubers? I wouldn't call those celebrities. I mean, like, if you get, like, Nicki Minaj on here, like, maybe that's a different story, but, like, oh, man, no wonder. Boy, I could have told them that. I wish I would just be a consultant for all of cryptocurrency. All you do is just get to me. You pay me $100 for my consultant. They show me, you know, I could do 15, 20 of these a day, you know, and they show me their website. I'm like, no, it's got to go, dude. No, you're going to crash by, like, 100%. That's got to go. And they're like, why? I'm like, celebrity endorsements, my friend? Maybe you want to take that one off of there. Because that's a little subjective. Like, no, we got a bunch of influencers. You mean YouTubers, right? Like, I wouldn't call that a celebrity. Like if you got, like, PewDiePie, all right, we can talk about celebrity status there, okay? Dude's got 100 million subscribers, okay? But, baby Shiba Inu is down by 75%. Woo! RealBabyShiba.com. It doesn't even work. Yeah, they're like, shut it down. Shut it down. It's over. Fortress Lending. was a fortress made out of a sponge. 44, 78% down. Oh my god. Did this just come out? Oh no, it's been out for a while. Anyway, 100K, totally sustainable. Charity to the Zoos rug doc is cool. You like the rug doctor that you can rent from stores? They'll teach you how to check a MasterChef contract and hopefully avoid getting pwned by some Chinese kid. Yeah. 100K, totally sustainable. Ooh, we're actually kind of recovering from that dip. We'll have to see what happens here. If we keep going up, that's going to be interesting. We got ourselves a little loop and dupe. Trying to get back over that deep cigar SI. Come on, Bitcoin, you can do it. Do something. I gotta get my Bitcoin poking stick. What do I have for a Bitcoin poking stick? I got some pens. I can poke it. What's everybody else up to? What's new in your worlds? What's new? What's going on? What have you guys been up to? I've been a very busy person. So if you notice, like on my channel, like you haven't seen many videos, and it's not me like not making videos for, you know, on purpose, but I've been super busy lately. This scene here is going to change sometime soon, probably within a month or so. Going to be moving. So stacked silver and canned soup. I like canned soup. I got some Dinty Moore beef stew downstairs. Might have to fire that up today. That sounds good. I finished my 3D printer. Yeah, my father-in-law just got a 3D printer. Like a month ago or something like that. Been farming honey on Arbitrum. You were missed when you don't put up vids. Yeah, I apologize, but I just I've been real busy. I'm gonna be moving out of here. I'm gonna be moving up north. So there's going to be a different background, and I'm not sure where I'm going to set up at necessarily, because it's going to be a different house. So we'll see. But I'll keep making vids. But for a while, yeah, for the whole rest of this year, probably it's going to be a bit difficult for me to make vids. Probably not till like December. Will I be able to make a lot of them? November is going to be real hard. I mean, my computer's probably going to be unpacked for a while. So I'm not sure. Maybe not. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some moving. So I got to, like, you know, the whole house has got to get packed up. I got to find some place to store some things and whatnot. And got to get all moved in. Got to do some cleanup, stuff like that. Been garage sailing and then flipping on eBay. Yeah, eBay doesn't like me. I tried to sell stuff on eBay and they just shut my account down. Buying food is the best thing to DCA in? Yeah. I told my wife to do that. 'Cause my wife and her mom, they love going to like quarter stores and stuff like that. And my mother-in-law, she works from time to time at a consignment store. So she's always just buying so much junk. So much junk. Like my wife's mom, like my wife's parents' house, like is just filled with like so many trinkets and curios and just random stuff that like their mother brings in like every day. Just constantly buying stuff. And I was just like, you should just make your mom an eBay and just like sell all this stuff. What's up lately with me is I bought a new used car with BTC on chain, baby. Ooh, 97 Accord. That ain't a joke. Use that BTC. Use that BTC and get them wheels. Hoarders? I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. It's just constantly bringing in stuff. Constantly. Just like, I mean, if you sit in their living room is really big. Like, they have a big house, and like their living room is basically both sections of the front end of the house, so it's like an extra long living room. And if you're sitting on their couch and stuff and you look at the far wall, there's like 6 of the same, you know those clocks that grandmas always have, and it's like in a glass jar, and they're usually gold, and they're in a glass jar, and they have the two, like the balls on the bottom that go back and forth, and then the clock ticks, like one of those deals. I don't know what kind of clock you call that, but like it has like the balls on the bottom that spin back and forth, and they're always in like a glass jar with like a golden bottom, and the whole thing is usually gold colored. There's like 6 of those, and they're all not running, on like shelving at the end of the living room. There's like 6 of them. There's like 12 clocks over there in the corner, and like 6 of them are all the same, like gold, like it's all of them. It's like, what? Why are these here? I mean, this is an example. It's just shit everywhere. And I'm just like, yeah, you should, yeah, like a wedding clock. I don't. I don't know what kind, but yeah, I mean, they're like in the jars, like the gold clock in jars. Like if you Google it, you'll see kind of what I'm talking about, like just wedding clock in jar. And it's like they're just usually like entirely gold, and they just have a glass lid, like spherical or a cylindrical lid over them. There's, like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's just like there's like 6 of them in the corner. Glass dome clock. Yeah, glass dome clock. Sure. Yeah, exactly. Glass dome clock. Sure, why not? There's just like 10 of them in the corner, and I'm just like, yeah, you should make your mom an eBay and then just sell like everything, just like constantly just shipping things out of the house. I'm sneaking messages while at work. Ooh, so sneaky. So sneaky, my friend. So sneaky. But yeah, so like I said, yeah, I'm gonna be moving up north. I currently live in Pittsburgh, and I'm gonna be moving about 100 miles north. It's kind of in the boonies, so my internet's gonna be slower, so that's kind of unfortunate. I think like it'll probably be good enough to just like stream like this. It should still be fine, but it's kind of in the boonies where like internet kind of like sucks a little bit more, where you don't have like fiber optic internet and shit. But moving up there is going to be great. For one, it's like my hometown, so it's home. So like all my friends are around and family and whatnot. 2, I like riding my motorcycle out there. No, it's not going to be Starlink. No, hell no. It's in a town. It's just a small town. So, I like riding my motorcycle out there. Like, I like riding my motorcycle in Pittsburgh. No, hell no. Nobody's getting Starlink. They have internet in the town. It just isn't fiber optic internet. It's just cable, you know. Anyway, I like riding my motorcycle up there. I like riding it in Pittsburgh as well, because there's so many people that you can ride with at any time. Like, all I have to do is just like post on like on like a Facebook motorcycle group, and like there'll be a few people to ride with and go out and shred and shit. But I like riding out there because there's not a lot. I like riding up north because there's not a lot of traffic. You know, you can just get anywhere you want to go like way faster. Like, If there's like say you want to go to a Walmart in Pittsburgh, and like you Google it and it's only like 3 miles away, and you're like, oh, that'll be fine. But then like when you go to drive there, it takes you like 20 minutes to get there. But if you're living out in my hometown, like a Walmart is like 13 miles away, but it only takes you 10 minutes to get there because you can haul ass the whole way because there's no traffic. So it'll be pretty cool. It'll also like cost a lot less. Northern Michigan. What about Northern Michigan? But it'll cost a lot less too. Like the cost of living up there is like, it's like a quarter of what it is in Pittsburgh. So that means more money for Bitcoin. And an M4 exhaust for my motorcycle. And other stuff. So it'll just be easier. Living here kind of sucks. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Pittsburgh. I like the people, but I don't like the city. The city is awful. It's just, it's like built into the mountains. So like everywhere you go, it's just a hill like this, or a hill like this, or just cliffs, or traffic with a cliff. It's built into the mountains. Like humanity forcefully built this city into the mountains, basically. And it's a pain in the ass to get anywhere. So, yeah, so I'll be probably moving sometime in November, and then I should be back up and running in December at some point. So this isn't my last video or anything like that. I'll probably be making more stuff until then. I'm just giving you guys a warning that if, you don't see much content through the end of November and beginning of December, it's just because I'm getting set up, packing, unpacking, stuff like that. Probably doing a lot of stuff. Waiting for Starlink for 7 months? No, get your own Starlink? Wow. Meh. Good luck. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, we're just going to make some trips. Just get, a truck and make some random trips, stuff like that. Go up there, get a house. A lot cheaper. Lot cheaper for what you get. I mean, you can get a big old house up there in my hometown for anywhere from $100,000 to $150,000 for several thousand square feet. You have big house. You can get big beautiful old houses up there for nothing compared to if you go to Pittsburgh, you try to buy the same house, same size house, be $300,000-$400,000. Could I pull up UBI charge? What? Universal basic income? See me driving a Tesla before you see me with Starlink? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. UBI is the first application to be built to Proof of Humanity registry, an anti-Sybil attack tool by Claros. Be streamed directly to an Ethereum address as long as it gets verified as a human in the Proof of Humanity registry that starts the accrual process, establishing a fair and ongoing distribution model. It will provide universal access to liquidity that serves to inhibit financial coercion of public decision and tradable in all open markets. The ability to develop a reliable Proof of Humanity universal basic income mechanism. So what does it do? You just link your Ethereum wallet and they just give this to you or something? Like what? I don't. Unreal bowel irritation. It happens. And this is just exploding in price for some reason. Strange. We pay 400,000 euro for 30 square meter in Munich. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same in major cities in the US. I mean, But I'm going to go up there. Like, it'll be a lot better, like, overall for the family, just because we'll be closer to, like, the grandparents. So my wife and I can just be like, here, take the kids for the evening. We're going to go to dinner, something like that. That's just something we didn't get to do for a long time. Like, I moved out to Arizona, and we had my wife and I had our first child, our son, and we didn't have any family in Arizona. So there was never a night where we were like, here, here, grandma, take the baby, we're gonna go to dinner, like there was that, like, didn't exist. So for like years, so like, to be totally honest, like my wife and I have gone on probably 13 or 14 dates, maybe 12 by ourselves in the past 5 years. So, like, our whole lives have just been focused exclusively on our son and now our daughter and son. We did not, no. We moved to Arizona like 6 years ago, or I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. We moved to Arizona, and within like 2 months, my wife got pregnant, and so we didn't move back to Pennsylvania. And so we knew nobody out there. We had no friends. We had a babysitter, but she was pretty flip-floppy. She didn't watch them much. And whenever she did, like, I mean, her kids were always like really sickly. Like, she was a really cool person, but like she was always extremely flip-floppy. So we had nobody. So there was never a point where you could be like, hey, like, can we drop off our boy to you, grandma, for the night or for a few hours while we go out? So there was very few opportunities. So yeah, in the past 5 years, my son is 5, just over 5. So in the past like 5 years plus a couple months, we've probably gone on just by ourselves, me and my wife, probably about 13 or 14 dates. That's it. We can count them. We can like physically count them in our heads. So by leaving here, going to our hometown, life is going to be so much better. It's going to be great. Because it's like right now, if we want to drop the kids off or something like that, we have to drive like 117 miles. And then we would have to drive, or then we'd have to go out and eat, then get the kids, then drive another 117 miles home. Yeah, parents and in-laws, especially when both work. Yeah, like we just didn't have that, so it was very difficult for my wife and I to swap working and raise our son, who was autistic, and we didn't know it for the first like 2 or 2.5 years of his life. I mean, we suspected it, but we didn't know, and so there was always this careful like scheduling of our work. Like, she would go to work, and then I would go to work and drop off the kid at a babysitter whenever she would actually watch him. Then I'd work, and then I'd come home, and so it was tough. So like going back to our hometown is going to be nice, but kind of moving back up with Bitcoin though, boys. 66,679, up from a little recent bottom of 66,122. So that's a $500 from this little bottom right here. So trying to come back. It's just if we can get to above 66.9, there's probably a lot of resistance at 66 or at 67,000. But to go up there and poke it a couple times to get rid of that, to get rid of some of that, those sell orders, we'll be able to blast through. Do I still mine anything? Magic asks. No, not really, man. No, I was staking a little bit. I was doing some reflection tokens a little bit. But for the most part, no, I don't run any big miners anymore. I used to mine quite a bit. But now I just It's just too much, like to have it running all night long or in the house and stuff like that. How about for 70,000? Oh, well, 70,000, I'm sure there's big resistance at 70,000. But you can see here that this on this candle, we reached up here at the high. If you look over here, we had 66,999 exactly. So that means that somebody had like, so that basically means that somebody had an order at 67,000 to sell. So there's probably some resistance. So if we go back up to 67,000, it's probably going to get bumped down again. There's probably a lot of orders right there. And then I suspect there's even more orders at 70,000. You guess 80 is after 70. Typically it is. You wouldn't be entirely wrong about that. But no, do I still mine? No. Is mining still profitable? Absolutely. Yeah, with Ethereum, Ravencoin, even Ethereum Classic to some degree. So, PuppyTube, $1 million Bitcoin, or you're going to eat your hat. I ate a whole hockey card once. I think it was in third grade? Might have been fourth. Or third grade. I think third grade. I brought a hockey card to school. It was just a little cardboard 1980s random hockey player. And I made the commitment to my friends that I will eat this entire card. They didn't believe it. I mean, I don't know why it's so unbelievable, but I mean, for elementary students, you know what I mean? It's a pretty unbelievable task. But I slowly bit that card until I ate that whole thing. I proved it to him. I know, I'm kind of a hero. Is it safe to run MinerGate on your PC? Do not run MinerGate on your PC. Do not run MinerGate. No, MinerGate is the single worst software. MinerGate is the single worst mining software and mining pool that has ever existed in the history of mining for cryptocurrency. No. Throw MinerGate in the trash right now. I'm assuming, PuppyTube, I'm assuming that's a joke, but if it's not a joke, uninstall MinerGate immediately. Yeah, it makes things a lot easier, Jeremy. Yep. And I'm sorry, PuppyTube, if I came off a little harsh there, but uninstall MinerGate immediately. If you're gonna use an automated software like that, either use Awesome Miner or NiceHash. I recommend if you're just gonna mine Ethereum or something like that, to just grab an Ethereum miner, like straight up, so you're not getting, so nobody's taxing you at all, like, or a pool or something. They're usually a little bit faster, but NiceHash is pretty good. It just straight up pays you. It's just mine it, you get your Bitcoin, that's it. You know, Awesome Miner takes a little bit more setup. You have to find a pool that you want to connect to. It can be more profitable that way, but it's a lot more work. Mining rig rentals for the pros. Yeah, MinerGate steals your hash rate, dude. MinerGate's awful. I've tried MinerGate. I tried MinerGate way back in the day, and I never even made a video about MinerGate. I think I actually added MinerGate to a list of like mining software video. And in that video, I was like, this should be a last choice. What do you think where BTC will go from here? Well, next week we have another ETF filing. We have another ETF coming out next week, the Van Eck ETF. It's another futures ETF, but that should create a little bit more hype. I think if we go to 70,000 right now, there's going to be a lot of resistance for it. So right now we're just going to be trading sideways. It depends on what happens right here. I mean, the volume is just kind of going down, down, down. So it's not going to be enough to continue pushing up the price, in my opinion right now. But like I said, there's some resistance at 67,000, and there should be resistance at 70,000 as well. But this whole week should be a little bit hypey over this futures, and then next week there's going to be another Van Eck futures for Bitcoin for an ETF. So it's all good. I don't trust mining turning off antivirus and only ran it for a couple days. I hope it hasn't left a Trojan on your PC. Okay, so let me just tell you right now that MinerGate is not a virus. NiceHash is not a virus. Awesome Miner is not a virus. Those mining software are going to flag your antivirus. That has been a thing since 2017. Mining software will flag your antivirus. Just run an exception for that software. Either run it for the entire NiceHash or MinerGate. I highly recommend not using MinerGate. Add an exception for NiceHash or Awesome Miner or whatever software you are running to mine. And then that way you don't have to turn off your antivirus. You just make an exception for that particular software. And then just remember that NiceHash is not mining software. NiceHash is a mining package, right? Just like Awesome Miner is or MinerGate. And when you download NiceHash and you install it, what it does is it installs a bunch of miners on your computer, mining software, so that when NiceHash, like say, switches to ethash to mining, like Ethereum, ethash miner is on your computer already, and it will utilize that miner. Okay, so it's basically NiceHash, Awesome Miner, MinerGate. They're all facades. It's like Windows, right? It's fake. There's just a bunch of files and roots and systems within it, and all the software that's contained within it. So there's multiple different software within NiceHash and stuff, and you might have to make an exception in your antivirus for those individual software. But usually it works when you just make an exception for Awesome Miner or NiceHash, and you should be fine. So PuppyTube, you don't have to turn off your antivirus. Honestly, I rarely recommend even using one from the first place, but you don't have to turn it off. You can just add an exception. You can also do that in Windows too. You can Windows' Defender thing or whatever. You can add an exception as well. Hey guys, I'll be right back in a few minutes. I'm going to take a 2 or 3 minute break and then come back and BS a little bit more. Click the like button if you haven't already. I'll see you in a minute. Alrighty. Sponsor time. Yeah, Christian. That's his favorite part. I run all the my different workers from a single flash drive containing a bit like XMR rig and stuff. Yeah. Like I said, that's like the best way to do it. I agree. But some people like don't want to get like all of those individual like miners like XMR rig and shit like that, T-Rex and whatnot. And so if you're a little bit lazy about it, honestly, NiceHash does the job. It really does. You get paid. It totally works. But if you're really serious about mining and you have some big rigs and stuff, then yeah, run the individual miners. I got a 30. Honestly, Awesome Miner is pretty good at that though, like running the individual miners and not like taxing the shit out of you. But if you're a major miner, like if you have like actual like several mining rigs, just run the individual software for sure. I got a 3080 gaming PC. How much would I make mining a day? Let's find out. Go to whattomine.com. Does it even have 3080? Yeah. Let's see, you mine about 91 mega hash with ETH. Does this have other... About $7 a day. With Ethereum. If you do it with NiceHash, it's maybe about 663 at the moment. But that's based on what people are paying. So NiceHash is different. NiceHash pays you exclusively in Bitcoin. And the rates are based on how much people are paying, because NiceHash is two things. It is a hash rate bidding website, which most people don't use. So you can go on there and you can pay Bitcoin money to buy hash rate, to rent hash rate. So the people that are mining, you'll mine a different algorithm if those people paid more for that algorithm. So you're not directly you are directly mining Ethereum, but you're directly mining Ethereum for somebody else, and you're getting paid in Bitcoin. How do you get into the crypto space? What do you mean? Like, how do you get into mining? How do you get into buying it? How do you get into learning about it? Yeah, you have to be a little bit more specific on that one. Or are you talking about how did I get into the crypto space? So yeah, you got to be a little bit more specific with the question. If you mine with your CPU, that's another couple bucks, not just an ETH. Yeah. Sometimes mining with the CPU is only like a dollar a day. How did I get into the crypto space? So I've known about crypto for many years. I mean, I've known about crypto since like probably 2013. So I was a little late to the show, but I've known about crypto since about 2013, maybe 2012, something like that. But I didn't really get into it until I wanted to get into day trading. And so I started to get into day trading because I had a bunch of mutual stock, and I wanted to get into day trading individual stocks. And when I went into getting to trading into stocks, I didn't get into it. I didn't like it. I was like, I thought I would like this, but I wasn't really into trading stock. It wasn't exciting enough. Stocks move very slowly. Like if you're trying to trade Apple stock or something like that, you'll be lucky that it moves a couple cents, before you can sell it. Because it's just, there's so much volume and there's so much liquidity, and there's so many institutional investors buying and selling the moment that it moves a penny. It's very difficult for the average person without a lot of capital. And then I ended up finding Coinbase and Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I kind of went back into crypto and started trading that. Then I realized that a lot of the tutorials online were absolutely garbage. So like looking at a Coinbase tutorial in 2017, I noticed that they missed a lot of information and they missed a lot of steps. They're basically just like, sign up. Okay, now we're going to start trading. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck? Like, bro, there's a lot of steps in between that. Like, how am I getting money on this platform? What am I doing? What am I trading? Like, how can I do it at the least possible fees, et cetera, et cetera. Like, people were just making the videos just to get people to immediately buy stuff on Coinbase so they would get the referral link reward. And I was like, I can make a better video. I can make a better video about this for sure. And so one of my most popular videos is how to buy and sell cryptocurrency for no fees. And it's like my third or fourth video I ever made on cryptocurrency. I already had a YouTube channel. I was a staff caster on companyheroes2.org, making casting videos for Company Heroes 2. I casted tournaments. I casted Warcraft 3. I casted StarCraft 2, Wargame Red Dragon. I was a shoutcaster, so basically like a sports caster. And so I started making some crypto videos, and I started losing subscribers for gamers, but my cryptocurrency subscribers were coming in so fast that there was never any going back for me. Then I learned along the way. I mean, I learned everything. I learned how to mine something first, and then I would make a video on it. I would never just make a video on something that I didn't use. So that's kind of where some of my bit more pragmatic, I want to say honest, but I think honesty is, I think saying honesty, like that I am an honest kind of crypto YouTuber, I think that's more for other people to decide. Like, you don't get to decide that you're cool, and you don't get to decide that you're honest. I think other people think that you're either cool or honest. You know what I mean? But I wanted to make a pragmatic channel, and I wanted to make the tutorials as exact as possible. Like, I would literally install the software, or I would have all the steps. Like, here, make a folder on your desktop. And I would literally like, here's how you do that. Because I hate tutorials where somebody's just like, oh yeah, so go to the folder where it was installed and put it on your desktop. You're like, where was it installed? What does that mean? Right? Like, I don't want to have to find that. If I'm watching a tutorial video, I want every single step in order to make it as easy as possible for me. So I know other people wanted that too. So I would literally, like, if I downloaded a mining software to like mine something as a tutorial, I would literally make the folder on the desktop by clicking make folder, and then, okay, you can name it whatever you want. And I would make exact every step. And then I made a video on like Coinbase of how to buy and sell Bitcoin for free. Because back in the day on Coinbase, all you had to do is like send money to Coinbase with a bank transfer, which is free today. It's still free today. And then all you had to do is put that money on GDAX, which at the time it was called GDAX instead of Coinbase Pro, the exchange. And if you only used limit orders, it was entirely free. So limit orders were free, market orders were not. So in the video I taught you, okay, look, you can use a bank transfer, that's free. Now, here's how you use a limit order. Like, you know, if you want, like Bitcoin was at like $3,000 or $5,000 at the time. And I'm like, you know, if it's $5,000, set your limit order to $5,200 and it'll sell it. You know, like I taught people how to use a limit order. And then I was like, that's free. So then when you make some money, you can send it back to your bank account for free, right? And like other people that were making tutorial videos were not telling people this, that you could just do this all for fucking free. And that's how I got into it. And like the subscribers were rolling in so fast that I never made another gaming video, except maybe I made a couple. But, and I would live stream video games, and I still do to this day, like live stream playing video games once in a while. But yeah, so I made a lot of tutorials. And then when NiceHash went down, when it got hacked, everybody that was using NiceHash, I mean, I'm not being rude here, but like for the most part, there was millions of people that had no clue how to mine, that had no clue what they were doing. And we're using NiceHash because NiceHash did it for you. And there were plenty of tutorials, including my tutorial online on how to use NiceHash, okay? So when it went under and it got hacked in 2017, I had just made a video called how to mine Vertcoin. And I showed everybody exactly how you mine Vertcoin. And then later a video came out on how to make your own Vertcoin node where you could charge people to mine to it so you could make a little extra money. And that video absolutely exploded because it was at the right time at the right place, because everybody couldn't use NiceHash, and the people that didn't know how to go out and do their own research and like download a miner and start mining a new coin, they all went to YouTube, and everybody started finding Vertcoin because Vertcoin back in the day was very easy to mine. It had a one-click miner, and all you'd have to do is connect to a node and start mining. And it exploded, and it was a very good coin to mine, and it was very profitable, so people enjoyed it. And that's where it kept going. And I could have made a lot more tutorial videos. I'd probably be bigger today if I continued to make a lot of tutorial videos, but then I started to get into the news, and I very much enjoyed that. I very much enjoyed talking about the news and kind of my sarcastic, comedic approach to the news. Like it's a mix of pragmatism and sarcasm is my news. That there are things out there that need to be humbled. Like, I like to humble the crypto industry, right? It's not all hype. Like, let's take a look at the news. Let's take a look at what this says. Did it make any sense? Because sometimes news makes no sense. You know what I mean? And I like to bring that to people and be like, the fuck does this even mean? You know what I mean? This is such a terrible article. This is just, you know, and I find the truth in the article. Is this good for the crypto industry? Is this bad for the crypto industry? Is this good for your wallet? Is this bad for your wallet? Does this mean nothing? Was this FUD? Was this fake news? I very much enjoy that. And I like my approach to it, where it's not just all like some YouTuber up in your face about how much money you're about to make, Let's be fucking realistic about this. You know, when people ask me, how do I get into day trading? You know, another big YouTuber might give a totally different advice. My advice I think is very pragmatic. It's, hey, put $100 on an exchange and then try to use some limit orders to buy and sell back and forth, like watch some tutorials, and then put $100 on an exchange like Coinbase Pro. And if you can make that $100 into $102, that's pretty good. Now, you might not think so because it's $2. But what you did just now is you made 2%. That's insane. Your bank doesn't even give you 2% for holding money in a bank account for an entire year. All right? Just to give that example, 2%. If that was $1,000, you would have made 20. If that was 10,000, you would have made $200. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing that. Can you turn that $102 into $110? Wow. You just made 10%. And that's huge. You don't even make that by investing in the stock market. You usually expect like 3% a year. All right. So, you know, so that's what I tell new people to the industry, because people ask me that all the time in the live streams. I mean, not in the past few or so, but like, I mean, I've been asked that a lot. Like, how can I get into trading? And it's like, okay, just start low. And if you can gain a few dollars, don't be ashamed at that you only made $3. You just made 3%. You know, if you were trading $100,000, you know, or if you're trading $1 million, just like extrapolate that. If you're trading $1 million, you would have just made $30,000. You know what I mean? Successfully. That's insane. You could cash that 30,000 out and then keep the million on there and redo it. Now, not everybody has $1 million, but I'm just trying to, you know, if you exaggerate that percentage, it's like, all right, this is starting to be good money. I'm about to get you to start leverage trading. I've never once recommended it. Never. No, that's on you guys. You if you want to leverage trade or, you know, margin trade, go for it. But yeah, I don't Because the problem with crypto is that the price is going down here, and you're like, oh, you know, maybe I'll try to short. Maybe I'll try to short right here. And all of a sudden, boop, just like some whale comes along and pumps it up $1,000. You just got wrecked. You just lost all your money. All your money's gone. You had no idea that some whale was going to come along. Now, right now, there's good news, okay? So, like, this is a bad example because there's good, like, because the news about the ETF was already out, right? But I'm just saying, like, look, a whale came along and bought this. I mean, like, did they? Like, obviously, a whale started this big movement. And if you were shorting right here, you're done. All your money's gone. Poof, bye, it's gone. Some whale came along and happened to buy. And the opposite can happen. Like, God, I don't know. You know, here, the price is going up. Some whale just sold like $1 million worth of Bitcoin and dumped the price. And it's just, you have no, with stocks, it's a different story. There is so much volume and liquidity on something like Apple stock that no one person can come along and just go, I'm going to sell my $1 million worth of Apple stock and call it quits and retire. Boom. And they hit the sell button. It's not going to do nothing for the price. It's going to be plink, a drop in a bucket. It might lower it a penny. Maybe. I mean, we're probably talking hundreds of billions, if not $1 trillion in daily volume of Apple stock. I'm not even sure. Like, it's probably unbelievable. I could probably just Google it. But it's probably unbelievable, right? So coming along with $1 million is just not going to do anything. And when you try to trade a big blue chip stock like that, it barely moves. Like, it'll be at $101.23 and it'll stay there for just days. Like, or it'll go to 24 cents and then back to 23. And these institutional investors and their bot algorithms, because bots have been in the stock market since the 70s, really exploded in the 80s. But I mean, bot algorithms have been buying and selling since the 70s. And so these computers will immediately sell, or they'll immediately, right? And with stocks, that's what's going to happen over time. But also with stock, you can tell what's going on. Like, you can start shorting something like, for example, like GameStop. GameStop is a terrible stock. It's a terrible company. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like video games. All right. But like, nobody goes to the store and buys video games anymore. You just download it. And even with PlayStations and Xboxes, people just buy them online and they just get shipped to your house in like a day from Amazon, you know? People still go into GameStop, don't get me wrong, but like, if you ever buy a game, when's the last time you guys have bought a video game and got a fucking game disc? You just go into the Xbox store or the PlayStation, or I bought Diablo 2 Resurrected. It's a remaster of Diablo 2, the PC game. I just downloaded it. There's no CD that you go and buy. It doesn't exist, right? So it's a terrible company. So you could say to yourself, I can short this company because less and less people are going in there, right? This is a good idea to short this company because you know that it's just going down. Or like, let's say Apple comes out with the new iPhone 20 and it's a total piece of shit. It's absolutely, like, the reviews are just abysmal. They're just bombing. The reviews are absolutely bombing. You go, okay, I'm going to short Apple stock for a couple bucks, and then I'll get so much extra stock. Like, if I just shorted a few dollars because of this FUD until they like fix this iPhone problem, right? Because there's a real problem with the company, or they're doing good, right? You know, this, that, or the other thing. I buy the game disc for the principle. But like, you get what I'm saying though. Is just like the vast majority of people, all you do is just get out your credit card on the Xbox store and you download the new Call of Duty directly to your Xbox. It's just, I'm just saying, like, as an example, you know what I mean? Like, GameStop is dying. It just is. Like, I mean, it's doing well because people are trying to pump their stock because it's a meme. But like, for the most part, GameStop stock should be like $2, you know? Because you have these real world things happening. Or like, let's say the new iPhone is coming out. the new Google comes out with a new thing or something like that. So you long the stock or you short the stock based on like what you think about it. And there's news. Whereas Bitcoin, somebody can come along and just pump it $1,000. And if you're shorting at the time, like even though there was clearly a downtrend in the short, and you're like, okay, I'm going to start shorting here, and some whale comes along to try to buy the dip, and it just goes up $1,000, you just lost all your money. It's just gone. Boop, liquidated, because you used 100x leverage, right? It's just, I just don't recommend it. Not with crypto. It's just, it's a bold move, my friend. That's all I'm saying. You know, I ain't gonna stop you, but bold choice. My computer CD drive is a Coke can holder now. Yeah, I haven't opened my CD drive in a long time. It's not even plugged in. It's literally not plugged in. I took the cable out because it's a SATA. So I took the cable out and I have another SSD connected to it. I just used the CD-ROM because like I was running out of space. It wasn't that long ago, and so I just went and got a SSD, and I'm like, click, just jammed it in there, and then you just format it, and good to go. Good to go, boys. Just set it on in there. Because, I mean, yeah, the last time I've used it, I don't even know if there's anything in it. If there is, it's in there for forever. I made $600 in 5 minutes using leverage. Then I lost $2K. Then I stopped using leverage. I'm just saying, you can make a lot of money. You could. Oh, yeah. If you're sure about something. The moment some whale comes along and makes a price movement. But it can, you know, it's a thing. It can be done. Especially if like let's say you know, if Bitcoin, like the last Bitcoin all-time high was 64,000, and that was in what, like April or something like that, or May. It was around there. And if you started shorting Bitcoin at 64,000, and what did it do? It went down to like what, like 40,000, maybe less. Let's just say 40,000. And then it starts going back up. You could just end your short there and be good, right? Because you had such huge a difference. But if you short now and Bitcoin goes to 68,000 because you were wrong, there goes your money. But you can get lucky. Like I said, if Bitcoin was 64,000 and you started shorting it and it went to like 40 and then went all the way back up to 45, and you're like, okay, Bitcoin's going up now, right? Then you could stop your short, and you would have made a ton of Bitcoin. Because you had such a huge margin where you could wait for the bottom and then wait for it to go back up. So if you do it for long term, because you know that the whole market is crashing, that's a different story. Or you started longing at like 40,000 and now it's to 66. Wow. I would end my long and be like, woo-wee. Just made me a lot. And then see where to go from here, you know. But when you have that huge gap of like $20,000 from all-time high to like where it is now, and you were shorting, you can wait for it to hit the bottom and then wait for it to go up several $1,000s before you start to be confident that you can end your short and then, you know, ride your Bitcoin back up. Or you could long it from there, but that's a pretty big gamble because sooner or later you're going to be wrong. Like farm for 3 months. All he does farms long time frame trades. Loan it out for less yield, but won't get wrecked from impermanent loss. Yeah, sort of like a swing trade. I mean, that's kind of what that's kind of my MO. But I like, in terms of just trading, you know, no farming or anything. It's just I'll just like trade on the big ups and downs. It's hard to believe that one BTC is $66,000. That's right, man. It's nuts. Well, we'll see where we go from here, boys. But a good day for us all. 4,122 Ethereum now. Things are looking good. Then we have a new ETF coming next week as well. So tomorrow I'll make a news video and talk about more information on the next ETF and what we got going on for next week. But I think I'm going to get out of here, guys. I appreciate y'all showing up. I appreciate Meep for the donation. Fast Eddie for the $10 super chat. I appreciate anybody that's followed, liked the tweets or anything. All that good stuff. If you guys haven't already, click the subscription bell next to the subscribe button so that you guys get notifications to your phones and whatnot when I have a video. That way you won't miss them. Or the live streams. Also works with live streams as well. But follow me on Twitch if you have a Twitch account. Sometimes I live stream just on Twitch. Sometimes I just game on Twitch. But otherwise, I appreciate all of you regardless for the like button and everything and all the conversation. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to make a video and catch up with the ETFs, the various ETFs that are coming out. Because there's like several that are coming out. So they're all futures ETF. So one day we're going to have a better ETF, but right now we have futures ETFs, which is, it's a step in the right direction, but I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.